Okay, time for a Street Fighter 4 review. Well, I guess I'll just start off by showing off the box. Here it is, Collector's Edition. Inside the Collector's Edition, you have... Let's see, I'll show it right now. Here's a Crimson Viper figure. It's not very practical, it doesn't really look very good. If you got the PlayStation 3 version, you get a Ryu figure, but yeah, it's there, something. Here's a somewhat decent anime that came with the movie, the little booklet, talking about the destructions of the characters, and finally here's the game, soundtrack CD, and the game. Yeah, also included is some DLC, but that's not very interesting, but yeah. Anyway, let's get this show on the road.
Together, they will triumph against the forces of evil. Street Fighter!
That wasn't actually footage from the game. Anyway, fighting games were popularized in the arcade back in the day, and they have diminished now that the arcades seem to have died out, and fighting games became Marvel vs. Capcom 2, BlazBlue, King of Fighters. But right now, we're talking about Street Fighter 4. And this will cause many gamers to reminisce about the old days of Street Fighter 2. Interestingly, although the title of the game is Street Fighter 4, the game is actually set in a timeline between Street Fighter 2 and 3. It seems appropriate that the depth of the game is a bit more complex from 2, but not as difficult as 3, of which the latter alienated a lot of casual Street Fighter fans for the lack of classic characters. Street Fighter 4 definitely serves as a nostalgia piece, and anybody familiar with the older titles, including the Alpha prequels, should be able to pull off their favorite characters' moves. Unlike most fighting games, Street Fighter 4's basics can be learned pretty quickly, and since similar techniques and signature moves have been around so long are still present. There are 25 characters in the game, spanning from Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha series, and some new characters. The new characters fit pretty well with the other comical fighting game stereotypes, which include the Mexican luchador named El Fuerte, an overweight southern biker, and some mysterious secret agents with the code name Crimson Viper. I've personally found these new characters to be a bit difficult to use than the others, but, in fighting games, more characters the merrier. A few new additions to the fight mechanics have been added. 2 super meters, one increases when you do damage, the other one increases when you take damage. And you can serve these, and you have to learn how to use them effectively if you want to learn to master the game. There's also a focus attack, which is kind of like of offensive parry. It's pretty much a move that every character has. You charge it up and you unleash it, and it does unblockable damage. But it takes a while to master how to learn how to use it. When you first start picking a character from a select screen, you'll be missing a fair amount of characters, which you unlock by completing the story mode. The story mode is not very comprehensible, but that is pretty much a standard seen in all Street Fighter games. You are set up with a computer character, you beat the character, and you beat more characters until the end you have an overly powerful boss. Each character has some corny Japanese anime intro and ending, although not as corny as the old children's US Street Fighter cartoon which I showed you before. You do this with a number of characters and unlock all the others, and it can go by faster if you go to the option menus if you set it at 1-round matches. There's also an online mode, which is functional, although it can sometimes take patience to connect to a room that is not already full. And curiously, the recent release of BlazBlue has a superior online mode with more features, but Street Fighter 4 gets the job done for now. If you do not like fighting games, then there's a good chance Street Fighter 4 isn't going to change your mind. However, casual fans of the series will find more than enough content to keep busy. There are a variety of different characters and techniques that take time to master, but the basics work well enough to pick up in short bursts or a longer stretch. It remains faithful to the old games without alienating newcomers, and there's a wide audience online if you're interested in playing the game competitively. So yeah, the game is fun for friends, and there does seem to be a broad appeal with the genre. The characters and the moves are all familiar with the people and who have played games for a while. So yeah, I do think the game's at least worth a try if you're even just a little bit interested in the series.
I am the world's greatest pillow fighter!